Hey guys, VANSLAM here, and I'm going to start up the Mazda RX8. I already checked the oil. Oil's fine. Of course, cards in my pocket. Turn the key. Give it about 5 seconds for the gas to equalize in the lines, and then, without giving it gas, turn the key. Ooh, starts right up. 2,500 RPM. Car's cold. Now I'm going to back this car up outside my garage so I don't get any fumes inside my garage, inside my house. How's that? And we're going to have to let the car warm up for a bit. So let's just relax here and talk a little bit about the car. The car is a Mazda RX8 40th. The car has about 240 horsepower and 158 foot-pounds of torque. Power doesn't come on to this car. Got to be over 4,000 RPMs and better, and it just rides like a dream. It's two different cars. Below that, it's just, it feels like a Kano box, but doesn't burn gas like it. And then above that, it feels like a race car, and it handles really well. All the way up to red line. The car is awesome. I got the car, had 25,000 miles on it. The car was well maintained. I got a good price for it. I'll tell you the story while I'm driving around. Actually, I'll tell you the story now while we're waiting for the car to warm up. What happened was that my Chevy took back my Chevy Volt, and I ended up buying the Miata. Then what happened was, while I was in there looking at the Miata, I saw the RX8, and I just couldn't help it. So I took it for a test drive. Amazing car, handles really well. And I had a Volkswagen CC that I was in a lease, didn't like it. Got a letter from Volkswagen saying I could turn in my lease and not, having no cost to me. It was almost at the end of my lease anyway, so I turned in my lease and I got the RX8. RX8, oh man, what a car! It's a joy to drive. The car is really fun. Heats, air conditioning, lights, everything works. It's a beautiful car. The interior is awesome, and I'll do some pictures of the interior in the car later, and you'll get to see it. But otherwise, it's a great car, and I'm having fun driving it. I've had it for, I guess, 3 days and already filled the tank up once. So emptied the tank all the way down, filled it up once. I think I'm getting like 18 miles to a gallon, which is good, I believe, an average for a Mazda RX-8. I've already ordered spark plugs, ignition coils, and wires, because the car, like I said, is 25,000. I think they go at about 30. They're supposed to be guaranteed till 60. We'll see. So I just wanted that stuff in house. Gonna give me some 5W20 dyno oil for top offs, and that's about it. I'm gonna just ride the car for a while, get it serviced at about 30,000, see what happens from there. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk a little bit more about the car. It's almost warmed up, and catch you soon. Alright, this car does not come with a Bluetooth, so I have to wear this thing in my ear and pretend to be a client service rep. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way, guys. Alright, so the car's all warmed up, and we're good to go. Gotta wait for the cops to go by. And the cops go by, and we'll take our little drive. Now, as I stated, below 4,000 RPM, car handles and sounds like any other car. You don't know it's a 1.3, of course, because it has some power in there for 1.3 when you think about it. And something about this car that I really like is that it's smooth as butter. Yeah, you don't have pistons jumping up and down inside the engine there. And you guys who own Mazdas or rotary engines know what you have is you have kind of like a triangle, a metal triangle in a kidney bean type engine. And what it does, it just rotates around that engine. You have two of these rotaries that make up the engine, and that's it. So you have 2 moving, 3 moving parts in the car. That's why you're able to reach the astronomical 9,000 RPM here without it being a race car and handle so smoothly. It's a great car, handles well, like I said, extremely well. I'm having some fun. So right now we're at 2,500 RPM in 4th gear, doing about 50 miles an hour. Calm, sedate, nothing. Now, if I drop this down to 2nd gear, okay, I drop it down to 2nd gear and I get caught by a red light. So let's talk about what's in the car. As far as gauges go, we got a fuel gauge, temperature gauge, tach in the middle. On the right side, we've got the speedometer. We've got oil pressure, trip meter, and odometer in the center here, right there in the center. There we go. So we're going to stay in 2nd gear here as we climb. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, doing 50 now. 8,000, 9,000. There's our beep to what happens is the engine runs so smooth that you get a beep. Mazda has a beep in there when you get close to 9,000 RPM to change gears. And that's what that beep was, to change gears. That's an amazing car. It's an amazing car. So here we are, 3,500 RPMs at 50 miles an hour in 4th gear. It's got a nice buzz rev to it. And about 4,500 is where this car really picks up. I gotta be careful because there's probably a police out here. It's where it really picks up. It does handle nice. It does sound nice. So if we look at the central panel here, what we have is we have the radio system and the climate control system. This model has the CD, multi-disc CD, memory package for radio stations. You can scan, you can seek tracks, you can tune, and you set your bass and stuff on the other side. You have air conditioning, of course, different modes for defroster, down below at your feet, and then combination in between. Great little car. Seats, very comfortable. Lumbar support, button back here, over here. Forward and back and forward, however you want to describe that. I like this, I do like the emergency brake here. We'll be using that. But it's a nice feel to it. It's at the right spot. Everything in this car is in the right spot. That's all I can say. It really is. Shifter, you drop your hand from the steering wheel, boom, right on the shifter. Short. The shifts are short, direct. It's a joy to shift in this car. I can't see. The Volkswagen was nowhere near as much fun shifting in the CC. It just wasn't, from my opinion, anyway. There we go. There you go. So I'm shifting short. I'm not letting it go all the way up to past 5,000, which is a shame. But there's a spot that will do that. But the car rides well. It's a nice car. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, as everybody knows, the Mazda. So with the 40th edition model, what they did was they put in an outstanding suspension. I think it's the same suspension which you have in the R3s, the 2011 R3s, which was the last model year, I believe, for the car. Blistein shocks, or struts, should I say. Special bushings on the cross members. As just felt the vibration. I was wondering what that was. It was the road. Special bushings. No performance mods to the engine because the 1.3 is the 1.3. I mean, that's what it is. You can't do any of that. Special paint exterior and special, I guess, combination of the seat interior. I mean, it caught my eye. I mean, that's what got my eye on it. And the fact it was a 40th anniversary edition with low miles. Had to have it. Well, didn't really have to have it, but I didn't mind giving up my Volkswagen for it. Now, as far as handling cars go, I've had Corvettes and everything else. This car handles very well. Actually, it's more comfortable because it's Grand Touring, I guess you could say. It's more comfortable than the Miata. The Miata's lower, more, shall we say, go-kart feel. And that, when I say go-kart, I mean the whole go-kart experience. Tight, turning, and feel like you're on the road. It's a nice car, don't get me wrong, but it's a different ride than being in this car. Yeah, this car is more, wow. This car is Grand Tourer / sports car. Yeah, that's what this car is. Whereas the Miata it fills its niche as a sports car, but more along the lines of the roadster sports car. You know, like the MGs, TR6s, TR3s of the day, Triumphs, like that. And it does it really well. I mean, yeah. Now, I'm just sad I didn't own a rotary engine before. Had I known that a rotary engine was this much fun. Now, when I was growing up, of course, the Mazda RX-7, I used to see those all the time in the beginning. They didn't look too well towards the end of the series. They were looking great looking cars. Just never had a desire to own one. And I'm sorry about that. I mean, I'm sorry. I wish I would have owned or purchased a rotary engine Mazda, especially RX-8. Well, I'm glad I have one now, but sooner. I think I would have kept buying one. Yeah, it's a nice car. Gas mileage or not, it's a nice car. Every car has its quirks. You know, let gas mileage be a quirk, fine. Okay. There we go. Careful there. Okay, now. So we'll stay in third gear. Here we're doing 50 miles at 4,000 RPM. Somewhere around there. I mean, it's neutral. It's so neutral. I mean, it's like you're gliding. That's it. You're gliding in this car. I mean, you feel the road, you're getting all the input, but it's not too abrupt, it's not too rough. The engine, how did the guy on Top Gear say? It's running on double cream. It's smooth. There's no vibrations. You don't feel you feel the road through the steering wheel. You don't feel anything through the pedal. There's no vibration through the pedal. I'm at 4,000 RPM. There's no vibration through the pedal. I hear an exhaust coming out, you know, I just hear an engine turning from the exhaust in the back. But I feel nothing. I mean, it's just gliding along. I'm going to shift to fifth, only because I enjoy shifting in this car. This car is great to shift. I mean, come on. It is. This is great, a great shifting car. Love that stick. Okay. You guys are missing out. It's a great car. It's not going to be one of your most economical cars. I've had the car for maybe 3-4 days now. I filled it up once. Well, I filled it up twice, halfway. When it gets down to half, I filled it up twice. Oil's fine. And the gas, my average gas fuel consumption is about 18 miles a gallon, I think, something like that. Yeah. But, you know, in my CC I was getting 22, 23. I'd rather be driving this, I'll tell you that right now. And having fun. Because I did not enjoy that CC at all. Okay, I'm going to downshift here. Oh, no, I don't need to. This is not the spot. This is the turn. Okay, we'll slow down to 30 here. Okay, here we go. Love that turn. And it's just glass. The car is like glass. This car is so much fun. You've got to try it. Oh! So anyway, I'm wondering if that's light enough. I don't know. So let's get this baby on the highway. Let's show you what it can do there. Okay, now here's where you're going to want to keep your revs up. For passing, you know, with 158 foot-pounds of torque to come in at about 5,000 RPM, you got to be around 4,000 to 5,000 to get maximum torque. To get that maximum torque bump, and then after that, the horsepower takes over. So. You gotta be really careful with this car. This car takes off. This car does take off. You fly in this car if you're not careful. But that's part of the beauty of this, of the torque and horsepower that matches in this car. Smooth. You just don't know how fast you're going. You gotta pay attention to that speedometer. Know your rev range in your gears, or know your rev range and corresponding speed by gear, and you save yourself a lot of tickets. You can also turn on your radar detector, which I didn't do, but I have no intentions of speeding for the videos, so I don't want to, I'm not going to give the powers that be the freebie on that one. Speeding is bad. This is pretty cool. Oh, look at that box. There we go. The car's going to get dirty. Probably need to wash it now. This car looks excellent, by the way. The color. This color of this car, it looks excellent. Excellent, excellent. When it's clean. 30, it's okay. Clean, outstanding. So let me see, what else do we need to talk about in this car? Smooth as silk. This is amazing. This is a fun car. This is a driver's car. You know, if you're a driver, you enjoy driving, you enjoy being in the dips and turns and having a great suspension, by all means, this is a great car. Wow. Okay, so we'll get off the highway here. like butter. Oh, here's some things. Shout out to you boys out there who, there are a couple of videos out on YouTube. I don't have the names, but the links will be below. Of oil changes, fluid change, how to change your spark plugs, how to change your wires, and how to change your ignition modules. All linked below. Really great. It's a great community out there. I just joined the Mazda RX8 forum. Seemed like a bunch of nice guys. A lot of information once again. What else? Oh, just to piss people off on the forum. What kind of oil do I use? What kind of filter should I use? What's up with the gas mileage in this car? Those are the three questions. Any car, there's questions that new users always ask, and those are the three that will tick the long-time Mazda owners off. Because there's so much information out there on them that you know, dude, read, search, do a basic Google search, and you'll find 15,000 hits on, or results on, each of those items. It's hilarious. But I like the response. You know, new guy gets a Mazda RX8 and says, "What oil should I use?" First response is, "Dude, do a Google search. Do a Google search. Cut the crap out. Do a Google search." What oil should I use? Do a Google search. Just do a Google search. The second one will give you, well, I use synthetic oil. Sucker bet. Oh. So a couple things about the Mazda RX8, one of them anyway, is that the Mazda RX8 burns oil intentionally. And they do that, they squirt oil into not the cylinders, but the rotary, to lubricate that tip that seals the combustion chamber. I forgot it was a pivot point, I forgot what they call it. I'm sorry guys. But that's why. So yes, it does burn oil. And I think the rule is after every 2 fill-ups you should check the oil. I check the oil every fill-up. It's not too hard to do. I have plenty of oil. Plenty of oil. Now I'm going to stop by the dealer, Hamilton Imports, or Hamilton Mazda, shall we say, who sold me the car. Shout out to Marlon. To Marlton. Shout out to Marlton. You rock, man. I got to drop some stuff off from the CCE. It gave me a reason to get in the car and drive it. Yay! Okay, so this is the boring part about owning a Mazda, getting stuck in traffic. Yay. So, there we go there. Now, this is what ticked me off, okay guys? I do these videos for other things, and if you check, I have airplane videos. I have airplane videos, I have motorcycle videos, I have a bunch of how-to videos. And I was using this camera, a Kodak Z1.8, because it allows you to put in a mic into the camera so that your voice is more directed, shall we say? Sound like your voice is more directed? Only one problem, it's not recognizing my SD cards all the time. I don't know what the hell's up. So if you know what the problem is, just comment. Let me know. But I've done searches on the internet, and you know, they say reformat it, delete the files. Well, I've done that a couple of times. I don't know. I mean, they're great cameras and everything, and it's one of the few cameras that have, portable cameras anyway, that have that adapter that you can just put a mic in there. But it's not working. SD card, and then if you don't have an SD card, you get about 10 seconds of video. So go figure. Oh, you know what else is? What's great about this Mazda RX8? great handling car, good looking car. Not everyone has one. So you 350Z fanboys and 911 and other Porsche fanboys and Ford Mustang fanboys, yeah, you're one of a million. That's it. I'm one of 1,000 with this car, and as far as Rody engine cars go, I'm one of a whole lot less than you guys. Alright, so I want to make a left here. I need somebody to give me a break. There we go. Now let's stand. For sale. Well, that's the end of that. I'll be right back.